Okay, boys and girls, today we are going to be learning about equivalent fractions. So let's take a look at the definition. Equivalent fractions are two or more fractions that name the same amount. Let's make equivalent fractions with a circle. Okay, so if I look at this circle and I draw a line right down the middle, again, my lines are never perfect, we can say that this shaded part right here would be half the circle, isn't it? So this is half, and these two sides are equal. Now what if I wanted to make this circle equivalent to this circle? So if I draw a line down the middle and I make my half, but what if I drew a line through the center? We know this circle represents half because 1 out of 2 is shaded. But here, how many parts do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. I have 4 parts. But can I make an equal amount of parts shaded to represent half to be the same? Well, sure I can. If I shade this one and this one, isn't half of this circle shaded? But the fraction I would write is 2/4. So 1/2 is exactly the same as 2/4. Okay, so let me give you another example. Here I have 1/2 again. I'm just going to stick with a 1/2. Can I divide this circle up equally into a different fraction that'll equal half? So let's see, let me draw my line down the middle. Now we've already did this fraction before. We would separate it into fourths. But what if I make it into smaller parts? Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 pieces. So my denominator is going to be 8. How many pieces do I have to shade in to equal half? Well, I'll have to shade in this half of the circle, correct? So let's see. How many pieces are shaded? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1/2 is also the same as 4/8. So those are equivalent fractions. Let me give you another one. Now what if I tried doing something fancy? Let me make a Y. If I make a Y, I can make my circle into thirds, right? So I have 1, 2, 3 pieces. And if I circle in, shade in, pardon me, 1 out of the 3 pieces, this represents 1/3. Well, how many pieces can I shade this circle in so it'll be equivalent to 1/3? Let's see, let me cut it into more pieces. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces. I have 6 pieces. Now how many do I have to shade in to equal 1/3? Let's see, here's 1, 2. So 1/3 is also the same as 2/6, so they equal each other. Okay? So let's go to a square. Will we have the same situation with a square? Sure. So if I make my line down the center, right? If I start with, let's say, 1/4 shaded, what would be equal to 1/4? Let's see. Let's see what I can do. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? I have 8 pieces. So here I have 1/4. How many of these do I have to shade in to equal 1/4? If I shade in this one and I shade in this one, I'll have the same amount shaded. So that would be 2 out of 8 pieces. and those are also equivalent fractions. Okay? So what I want to do right now is I'm going to